was a lot of love that was put into this day. There is so much love in this room, and throughout this whole entire thing, I cannot thank the sisterhood enough. Meryl Guerrero, you are a saint, and you have patience like I don't even know. I don't know how you all did it, but you did a great job, and thank you so very much. You've made this special for not just my mom, but our entire family and friends, and thank you. So for those of you who may not personally know my mother, she is hilarious, extremely witty, has one of the most infectious laughs you will ever experience, and a great friend. She just so happens to be one of the founding members of Kol Tikva. In fact, Kol Tikva literally started in our living room in Cypress Head. She's so proud to be a pillar of that, and she is more proud to still be a part of that today. Everyone she meets, she makes a point to even say, I belong to Kol Tikva. As Stephanie was saying, it was nearly 25 years ago, they decided to create a congregation with a common goal for individuals to feel welcomed and accepted in the Jewish faith. My mother is what some would call a convertible. She was not raised Jewish, but when she met my dad, Harvey, she then decided to take on the Jewish faith to raise her children, and most recently in 2012, she was bat mitzvah. This temple and what its foundation is made from is the true testament of there is no reason not to follow your heart. My mother always taught Brandon, my dad, my brother. I remember since I was a little girl, since I was baby, she would say, always love other people with a kind heart, but always be an independent and strong woman. She also taught me that life is going to be filled with struggles and adversities, just as much as it's filled with blessings and rewards. Sometimes life will shake your foundation and push you to a breaking point. Life will bring you up and kick you down. But the woman of valor taught me, you take this life and you dance with it. If it shakes you, you hold it steady, you hold it together. If it brings you down, you pick yourself up. If it gives you courage, then you give others strength. Life is what you make it. A woman of valor enriches the spirit, uplifts the heart of others, and guides you into being a better person. I hope I'm pronouncing this right. Eshet Chayil. This found in Proverbs 34, a wife of noble character. Eshet Chayil. Who can find? Where's the rabbi? Did I say that right?
You're good.
So, Eshet Chayil is woman of valor in Hebrew. There's many interpretations of any proverb, but this particular one is more considered of a blessing. It ignites bravery and courage, whether one is doing small or great things. Men are told to say to their wives, Brian, and women to each other. My Eshet Chayil is my mother. And well, I'm more of an Eshet Chayil in training. Many women have had this honor of being women of valor, but there's only one Christy Brigich. She is kind, yet she is fierce. She is funny, yet she is stirring. She is loyal, yet she is forgiving. She is a woman of faith, a woman of imagination, tenacity, and courage. She is Eshet Chayil. She is my mother. Congratulations, Mom. May you continue to inspire and empower others to be the best that they can be. Cheers to the gift that keeps on giving. Our woman of valor, my huckleberry friend, my mom, Christy Brigich.
I've seen her in action before, and I'm just a pro here, so if you don't mind, I'm going to use a cheat sheet. By the way, that is what cultic race is. Remember that, young women. As some of us enter the 25th year together, we find joy in love and friendships we have built over the years. Many of us have been there for each other's funerals and births and b'nai mitzvahs, even our illnesses. Those of you at the beginning of this journey, I want you to know that it's well worth it, well worth the investment to be a part of this family that I call Cultic. You know, I had many calls in the last few weeks. In fact, just yesterday, one of the original sisterhoods called to me that hasn't been involved in years. And everybody was saying things like, you know, it's about time, you know, it's been 25 years. Well, you know, honestly, there's never been a better time than now. It's really bittersweet, but so much sweeter. I have the distinction of now being the oldest woman of valor. And I know Carolyn and I, Suzanne, are maybe a few years older than me, but you were younger when you. You know, as we grow older, at least as I grow older, I find one of the most difficult challenges is remaining relevant. I stand here evident that we all have potential in our own small way at any age to make Cultic the home that nurtures our children and plants friendships that will, I promise you, last a lifetime, and makes us really proud of being Jews in the 21st century. You know, I was never president of the sisterhood. I was never a long-involved board member. Those early years, those first few early years of the meetings that sometimes went to, I am telling you, past midnight, kind of cured me of that involvement. I really, really respect you all that do it, but wow, it is really, really a commitment. And I did have a lot of responsibilities with young children at home, and anyways, it didn't happen. So since my involvement was not really that of a worker bee, as usually is up here on the podium today, this incredible acknowledgement was truly one of the biggest heartfelt surprises of my life on high holidays on Rosh Hashanah. I mean, I'm telling you, Stephanie, you got me. You got me. That was unbelievable. You know, I want to thank absolutely everyone in this room who did anything on this event and tell you that I am so over the moon. I have been so blessed. I have been so much nachas recently, and this is just the icing on the cake. Anyways, moments like this, I get to embarrass my family and I get to embarrass the people that I love. And I want to start first by my awesome son, the peanut butter and jelly guy / photographer. I know I drive him crazy a lot, and he drives me crazy a lot, but I just wanted to tell you, Brandon, I love you very much. You know, when we started Cultic, when Brandon was 8 years old, hey, please! When we started Cultic, when Brandon was 8 years old. And a few years ago, in high holidays, Brandon carried the Holocaust Torah around the room, and I was belling. And not just seeing your adult child carrying the Torah on high holidays, that Torah was the Torah that was brought over by his godfather on a first-class flight. The Torah got a seat in first class. a first-class flight from London. He was a British gentleman that happened to have been my children, would have to have been Brandon's godparents. And Brandon was carrying the Torah around the room a couple of years ago. It was just really quite an awesome, pretty special moment for me. Well, my daughter, you all just, if you haven't met her before, you just did. And she's my touchstone. She's, what can I say? I'm just happy you all got to meet her and maybe just got a glimpse of her personality. Brittany, I love you with all my heart, and I'm so proud of the young woman that you've become. And yes, you are a woman in valor and training, and I expect to see you up here one day. Factoid, Brittany, I don't know, many people in the room do know this, but Brittany, the first night of our first service, fell off the stage and broke her arm. And this morning, I told her to break a leg. Thanks for understanding. I just wanted to talk to Brian, my new son-in-law-to-be. He is intelligent and a very handsome man. And I just want to let you know that this is just the beginning of the brutish ride. 2015 is going to be a great year for us, and we welcome you to the family. And I thank you, Mama Anna, for traveling all this way to be here with me. To my friends, and to have come from far and wide, I love all of you. I can't start naming names because if I do, Meryl's going to get a book. I love you all so much, and I feel so blessed to have all of you in my family, which I call my family. Thank you especially, Betsy, for being here. I know what you did to get here. Betsy was traveling until midnight last night, back and forth, and I can't thank you enough. I want to say a special thanks to Ricky and Ann, who've been there for me so many years, and we've got lots of good knockers going on soon to come with all of us. The entire Boxman family, I love you all. Wish Tally was here. Wish Ariel was here. Wish Ashira was here. But I especially want to give one little small thank you to Rabbi Boxman, because I wanted to say that I can't thank you enough. For the first time in my adult life, I actually understand a sermon from the beginning to the middle to the end. And not only do I understand it, I get something out of it, and I look forward to them. So, you know, I can't begin to tell you. I knew that first night in that Shabbat dinner that we had in Baltimore together, where Teva was doing the motzi, that you were a special jewel, and that we would become lifelong friends, no matter what road each of us go on any path. Malcolm, for the beautiful music, for all of these years and the friendship, I really appreciate everything. And thank you all of my family, all of my Celtic family. Not long ago, I was listening to Rabbi Boxman talking about the responsibility to replace lost Jews from the Holocaust. He explained that it was the deciding factor in having their third child, Ashira. That it wasn't enough just to have two, you had to duplicate yourself plus one. Well, Harvey Rudish brought 3 Jews into this world. And I want to say thanks. As we go into our 25th year from the time that you came home and said, we're starting a temple in Parkland, I want you to know that I love you and I respect you.